What's up, everybody? Noah Kish back here for my review of Cruella. Cruella is the brand new Disney movie that came to Disney Plus and theaters. You could pay a premium amount of $30 for premium access to watch Cruella at home on Disney Plus while paying your monthly fee, or as we do, our yearly fee. This movie is not one that I was expecting to. I was not expecting much from this movie. I am going to be honest. I was expecting to really, really like this movie a lot. What did I think about it? Well, here's the review. Cruella is all about a young Cruella de Vil. We found out very early on why she does not like Dalmatians. We find out that she wants to be a big fashion designer, a big famous fashion designer, and she has all these great ideas, but she runs into the Baroness. The Baroness is played by Emma Thompson, who recruits her as a fashion designer for her company. So now, Cruella you are basically seeing her origin story of how she slowly went mad. She's slowly going mad, and you're seeing it happen. This is kind of like Joker, in a way. In a sort of way, it has a Joker feel to it, but this one has a lot more comedic and lighter moments as well, but this is still a very dark, dark movie, especially from the very beginning. I ran into people from church that I go to church with, and the mom brought her 5-6-year-old daughter to this movie. I don't know if they knew what Cruella was actually going to be about and what was actually going to happen, but this movie is not your typical live-action remake / prequel. Aladdin was very happy. It had a couple darker moments. The Lion King, it's just The Lion King. Aladdin did have a couple different moments. The Lion King added in moments, but they were just very unneeded and made it longer to no degree. I did not like Mulan. Cruella is the best Disney movie that I've seen in years. And this is coming from somebody who loves Disney to death. I love Disney. Cruella is also the best movie. No, not the best movie. One of my favorite movies that I've seen in the last year and a half. I have not had a smile on my face since watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood throughout a whole movie until Cruella. Onward didn't do it for me. Nomadland, Soul, Promising Young Woman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, A Rainy Day in New York. I love A Rainy Day in New York probably as equally as this film. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was one of those movies that you had one of my favorite actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, co-starring one of the best actors in the business today, Brad Pitt, and one of my favorite actresses working today and of all time, Margot Robbie, with one of the greatest directors of all time, Quentin Tarantino. That movie mixed everything together that I loved, and it made a perfect film. Now, is this a perfect movie? No, but I'm going to tell you why I think this film is my favorite movie of the year and why it's going to be hard to replace it. Even if you are the Suicide Squad, even if you are In the Heights, even if you are something like Peter Rabbit 2, F9 could possibly beat this. But it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard to beat this film. Cruella gave me everything I wanted and more. I'm a big fan of the Glenn Close movie. Well, movies. I do really like the animated original, 101 Dalmatians. This is what they are basing this off of. Because Roger is a music writer. And if you don't know, you do see Roger in the end credits. And yes, there is somebody else named Roger, but it is someone who works for the Baroness. And that Roger's a little old to be Roger in 101 Dalmatians when they eventually do it. The movie gives you a sense of just joy, but it also has a sense of dread. Dread that just works on every degree. It's a dreary movie. It has great moments of comedy sprinkled in, but this is a dark movie. It's a very dark movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm just going to say that people get attacked by dogs and die. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. There was a moment in the movie where some audience members are going to sit there and be like, did Disney really just do that? Did they really just hint at this? And if you know Cruella de Vil, you know what I'm talking about. Did she actually kill and skin a dog and make it into a coat? She actually does that with a tiger in the 97 version. In the 96 and 97 101 Dalmatians. You get the two robbers in from both films, and I can't remember their names off the top of my head, which is I love them. I knew Horace, Jasper and Horace are in this movie as young kids, and then we get them as adults. Basically, the movie is about her becoming Cruella. She was Estella. Okay? She was Estella. Estella's not being taken very seriously, and everyone's just pushing her around and not basically taking her seriously. She becomes Cruella to basically show people that she's not a woman to be messed with. She puts the Baroness in the... She basically makes people think that the Baroness is going to be no more because Cruella is the best fashion designer and best fashion person on the planet right now. The movie is so well written. Cruella gives Emma Stone the chance to really shine, as does Emma Thompson. But Emma Stone here, she hasn't been this good since La La Land. She hasn't been this good since La La Land. And coming from somebody who really likes Zombieland Double Tap, that's not her best work. She does very good work in that film. She's very good in the movie. But this gives her a chance to bring on the British accent. Bring on the chance to really act. She can be intimidating. She can be very, very scary. But also give you moments of comedy that work. The Baroness, played by Emma Thompson, is just is such an unlikable character. And yeah, as a cliched, you know what's coming. But when you're happy with what's coming, it makes the movie that much better. And I'm going to say this now. If this movie does not get nominated for Best Makeup and Hairstyling and Costume Design plus Production Design, or at least Costume Design and Makeup and Hairstyling at the Academy Awards, I'm going to be pissed. Because the costumes in this are magnificent. This was a very expensive movie to make. It was $175 million from what some people are saying. And they are not going to break even on this movie. It only made $43 million worldwide. $47 million. And that's with the supposed $20 million that came from Disney Plus Premium Access. The movie only made $26 million. Opening weekend domestically. This movie is not going to break even. To break even, you need to make somewhere around $350 to $400 million. And they knew that they weren't going to do that. A Quiet Place 2 is going to break even. It's probably going to break even and make a little bit of money. What I think you could do is you could springboard off of this into 101 Dalmatians and make it like a Disney Plus movie. Make it a 101 Dalmatians series. You could make a full series out of this. And they kind of did. This movie gave me everything I wanted and more. I wanted a dark tale. I wanted a few comedic moments, and I wanted great performances. I was not expecting beautiful production design, magnificent makeup and hairstyling with costumes. This movie gave me everything I wanted and more. I'm going to give Cruella an A+. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. Is it going to stay that way? Maybe. Maybe. We still have Don't Look Up. which is the Leonardo DiCaprio Netflix movie. We also have Fast 9 or F9. We've got Dune. We've got West Side Story, In the Heights, Peter Rabbit 2. Peter Rabbit 2 is not even going to touch this. A Quiet Place 2, Part 2 could actually beat this. I do plan on going and seeing Cruella again in theaters this weekend, along with A Quiet Place Part 2. I just didn't get around to A Quiet Place Part 2 this weekend, but hey, crap happens, whatever. There you go, everybody. There's my review of Cruella, and I will see all of you guys next time for some Blu-ray unboxings.